You post someone who will speak for you, right? I didn't hear you. Right? That's the purpose of coming here today, to support Judge Shapiro and Austin Davis. When these people get to Harrisburg, we have representation. We can sit at the table and request and demand certain rights that we are denied from. So as we stand here today, we have various speakers. Okay? We have issues like our brothers have been taken, some of them are in prison. These are young men and women, their mothers and fathers were taken before them. In Liberia, the predators came and told them, look, follow us, we will give you guns. If you follow us, we will make sure you redeem your property. These are the children today are considered rebel. So we want to get elected officials, individuals that can make a difference in our lives, can speak on our behalf, can take the issue to them day or night. So ladies and gentlemen, I welcome our governor, incoming governor, and the lieutenant governor. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Sam Lrtn. Please, ladies and gentlemen, you give a round of applause again. Thank you so much. Just to I don't want to say is very important. I remember just with my own experience, there was Africans that lived close by to where I live. Up to 7 people living in one very apartment. That is not American dream. That's not what we left Africa to came over here for. We shouldn't be living in one very apartment with 7 families. That doesn't represent us. We are here to live our American dreams. If we have to live our American dream, we need a representation everywhere that we have to be. And this is one of the opportunities. So again, go back on the agenda. The second person on the agenda is President Mr. Abubakar Sako. Welcome. Welcome, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is truly an honor, a distinct honor to be here this evening to be a part of this occasion. Let me recognize in absentia the Honorable Governor to be Judge Shapiro and Lieutenant Governor to be Austin Davis. Let me recognize our distinguished platform guests. Let me recognize our parents, especially our mothers who have left their busy schedules to be here on a short notice. We know what's at stake for our community. We know today means a lot to us. This is the very first time we are having state official of the caliber to visit our community. Let me have a hand for that. But I have a message for our state officials. You know this is going to be on the basis of quid pro quo. You want my vote? I need something from you. The life of our people needs to be complete. We do not have a fitting playground. We do not have educational facility for our young children. For our young children, we need more other social amenities. We need them. If you are going to get our votes, then of course you give us those amenities. So on that, ladies and gentlemen, we want to take this time to express our heartfelt thanks to our state officials for coming here to visit our community in this very important time. Let us be here and enjoy the occasion. Thank you so much. It is an honor.
That's the voice of the president of Lima. On the agenda, person to come and speak, the president for the Tuesday base reason Madusu Chipate Sumaru.
Please give a round of applause to our sister. This is why we call it equality. Equality. It is Jabate, female. This is why when they say our community doesn't have equality, tell them that one.
The first elected female of Lima. How big the portfolio is. She's taking up Baka Soko Sako. Thank you, Madam President. You have the mic.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to our elected official for gracing us with your presence today. It means a lot to this community. Thank you, Duty. So, this is our community. It is a very large community. Everybody is not here today, but the number is more than what you are saying today. And I want to call my brother and nephew, Siddiq Kamara. I've been living in the United States for the past 17 years. This is my first time to stand in the presence of any elected official. And thanks to this young man here for making that true for our community. And I've been voting as a Democrat for the past 11 years. My voice is not being heard. All we want is a representation, is the seat at the table. Everything that is happening in the community, be it good or bad, we are not immune to it. We have experienced gun violence, social injustice. We just want our voice to be heard over there. So thank you for coming, for gracing us with your presence. And we have a lot of people among us that are eligible to vote. And this community vote Democrat 99%. So you have our vote, but we want a representation. We want seat at the table. We want our voice to be here. We want to be represented. We are hardworking people. We pay our taxes and we do our best to respect the law of the land. All we ask is to be represented. Thank you so much for coming. We do have a communication package that's going to be passed out to you at the end of this event. We know you are busy people and the election is coming, but please take time off your busy schedule. Go through this communication. Our needs and concerns are highlighted in there. Just know the community and what we want. That is all we need. Representation and our voice being here. Thank you for coming.
Come on, man. And she gives such a powerful message. But I want to re-echo something that was said earlier. She is Lima president-elect. She is not president and she is not chair of Tuesday Bay. It's not any of that. But during inauguration, when that happened, when she announced the date, I tell you we'll do more. And I hope all the elected officials listening to us for enough coming up, we're going to send invitation, and I hope you guys will honor the invitation to come and to our inauguration to have us serve our community she just spoke about. So that's something we want you guys to do. So much.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you. And again, in addition to what the MC just said, I think she made mention about our communication that will be presented to you. That is the voice of the community, not just Lima, not every Tuesday, is the immigrant community. So once again,
you gotta
leave from here,
screaming on the
phone.
Communication
will be packaged and be given to each person here. And we know that it will be important for you to take your time to see.
Yeah, in a shot. I can take a shot like that.
The challenges are being addressed just to know what the immigrant community thinks. Thank you.
Yeah, so we are going to recognize all of our organization that is here today. Our non-profit social group is. So I want my co-MC is going to call all the name of those and if you know you have any of the organization you have not been recognized, please let me know so I will come over. Please, people standing out there, please come and say this event is for everyone else. Please listen to what's going on. Please come. We want everybody here.
Hello, please. If you have, please come and take a seat. And those right there in the please. Excuse me, everybody. There are people sitting here. Nobody is better than. We are all the same. So if they can sit here, every one of us can sit. Can you please have a seat? Ladies and gentlemen, please have a seat. I beg you, let's have. Let's have a seat. It's attention. Our speakers are speaking from here. Let's get a bit out. So we are going to the program shoot, and at this point, that's our organization that are here. I would like to recognize the Sister Circle. If you are here, please know that we are aware that you are here. And another one is the organization. The chairman is you that you are here. And the check-up here. We have the guests. Please know you are here. So, please have your seat. Please have your seat. Judge your praise. We want everybody to give them a round of applause to recognize it. So thank you for being here. Time. Thank you. Have your seat, please. Have your seat, please. Oh, Mr. Anthony Williams, you're welcome. That's our senator. When we call him, every time he's out of go. That's right there. Anthony Williams. So, let's not keep the page. We have our congressional district of P. Mr. Martin, you are welcome. Here is she. So please know that these are our officials. They are here today. All right. These are the people who gave me the communication. You are welcome.
and speak to us. And yeah, our cry and listen to us. And what you have for our present president and our present president for our
much. People on today, we're all very busy. Let me just say that for those of you, how many of you live in Delaware? Now, we have a public officials in Delaware County, including Mayor Darby.
She now lives in Darby Borough, so your community is well represented in Delaware County. We are one of the most diverse communities in Pennsylvania. We love the Liberian communities. You have made Delaware County even greater than it already was. Thank you. So as District Attorney, I'm the Chief Law Enforcement Officer. I get to work with our local police and our prosecutors to try to make sure that people are safe and that everyone is given justice, treated with dignity and respect when they're in the criminal justice system. I learned that from working with this man, the Attorney General of Pennsylvania. I may be the Chief Law Enforcement Officer in Delaware County. He's the Chief Law Enforcement Officer in Pennsylvania. And ladies and gentlemen, he's the best Attorney General Pennsylvania has ever had. Whether we're talking about leading the fight against ghost guns, or getting illegal drugs that are killing people in our communities off our streets, or taking on big corporations like the opioid manufacturers who put legal drugs in our communities to kill people and ravage families, Josh has been leading the fight and he's been winning. He's been a great Attorney General. He is going to be a great governor of Pennsylvania. Give him a round of applause. And he's here with Austin Davis. Austin may look a little bit young, but he's going to be Lieutenant Governor of Pennsylvania. He will be the first person of color, a Lieutenant Governor, the #2 position in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania if we all get out to vote. Whoa, 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 whoa. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to give a great shout out to my friends, but also wanted to tell you this from the heart. I'm a first-generation American myself. My family came here from the Ukraine. You've been hearing a lot about what's going on in Ukraine and how my people are suffering. My mother came here as a World War II refugee from a Nazi slave labor camp. What you and I all have in common is we came to this country to live the American dream. We fought and ran and got away from people, political people who would take away our rights in our home countries, that we had to cross an ocean to come and live here and be free. Ladies and gentlemen, there is one political party in this country right now that wants to take away your rights. That's the Republican Party. And the most extreme member of that party is running for governor of Pennsylvania right now against our guy, Josh Shapiro. We have to get out and stop him. Doug Mastriano wants to take away your right to vote. I'm an old white guy. He's not trying to take away my right to vote. He's trying to take away your right to vote and your children's right to vote. He wants you to live in a country that never existed here back in the old days. Okay, we've got to stop it. He's trying to take away women's rights to reproductive health. Not taking away my right to reproductive health. He's taking away women's rights. We can't be divided. We all have to stand together. All of us who are here today, all of us in your community and my community, who believe in liberty, who believe passionately in the American dream, that if you work hard and play by the rules, you're going to be able to get ahead. We got to stand together. This is the most important election of our lifetime. Got to do in November is come out and vote for Josh Shapiro and Austin Davis. And I know you will.
Thank you. Can you please get a round of applause again? Thank you for being that eloquent to us. And Mr. Josh Shapiro, we say something in our local language. We say, we got you? We got you.
next speaker is going to be our mayor of Derby Borough, Derby Borough. You are welcome.
Don't worry, I won't be that much longer. You know what it's about. I like to tell people who I am first. Can you guys hear me? Oh, okay. Stay right here. I want to tell you guys who I am. First of all, unfortunately, I do not know where I'm from, but I know I'm not from Europe. We are African too. This is something I always tell all people. It's us. You guys have a friend in Darby Borough's office, and a lot of the brothers around here know me because if you reach out to me, I will definitely help you out because we're all on the same page. Our kids look the same. We eat the same foods. We do the same thing. We're all the same. And at the end of the day, these people are trying to take away our right to vote. It is not about just your right, but it's all of our right to vote. And I'm asking everybody to get on their phones, call everybody, text people, do what you got to do to get this guy elected. Because Josh Shapiro is going to be our next governor. Yes! Thank you for coming out today.
Thank you, Mr. Barry. Please give him a round of applause for coming to our community again. Thank you. Well said. And we want to recognize our District 164 first speaker, State Rep Gina Curry. Thank you. That's our letter official.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. We're not going to let a little bit of rain get us down, right? I see all of you all are out here, and I'm so excited. Sadiq over there has had me revved up with this for a while. He's like, make sure you're right. Am I all right today? Yeah. Okay, good. So I'm State Representative Gina H. Curry, as the gentleman said. I represent the 164th. And Sadiq over there, that's Sadiq, is my constituent. And so I'm super proud of this group of young men and women who have gathered us here today. But I really want to say something. I know everybody's talking about voter rights. This was my first budget as a state representative, and it was an eye-opening experience. It was an experience that helped me to see that everybody doesn't have our back. They don't have our back. And so when I think about the Liberian community and the immigrant community, I want to speak clearly to you today about the fact that we appreciate your commitment and dedication to us as elected officials. I just want to say that. I also want to give a message of community and unity, that you all know that we have to get to the polls, but it's not even just about getting to the polls. It's about finding healing in a space where we can all come together when things are happening in our community that we don't quite understand. So I want to keep encouraging all of you to come to our offices, to ask questions, and never think, like they told us in school, any question is a dumb question. Because we need to educate ourselves before we make decisions that we have the power to make right now. And because you all are engaged here today, and you're here today to listen to our next governor, and to all the other electeds here, it's really important for us to come together as a community and continue to stay engaged. That means people who look like us, even though we might not come from the same place, we need healing in our communities. Am I right? Yes. We need to talk about the things that are affecting our communities when all these elected officials come before your graces and ask for your vote. Engage us. Ask us questions. Come and be engaged. Young people that are here, it's time to hear your voices. It's not time to go backwards. It's not time to go to the other side. But it's time to fight for your democracy. That's why you all are here. That's why you're raising your children here. And we deserve better. So thank you. Thank you for the organizers. And thank you for engaging us as much as we want to engage you. Keep the conversations going and keep the community strong. God bless.
We need more round of applause again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming to our community, and thank you for I mean, articulating well. That's what we need. And moreover, I think we need more internships. We got young people in our community that graduate from high school and college every day. We need more internships. We want to work. We want to have a representation in the various offices. So thank you for coming and thank you for articulating very well. So our next speaker again, we got State Senator Tim Kearney.
Welcome.
Thank you, my friend. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm State Senator Tim Kearney. I want to thank my colleague, Senator Anthony Williams, for letting me come to his district. Across the district lines. I'm in Delaware County, so I have Upper Darby, I have East Mantown, I have Landown coming up, really into my district. I also go from the airport all the way over to East County. I have 270,000 constituents in my district. But what I want to really talk about very quickly is what kind of our role is in government. Because one of the things we learned, particularly in the budget process we just went through in Harrisburg, is that we have fundamentally different ideas about the fundamental role of government and what it means for our constituents. I firmly believe that part of why I'm here is to see you and to understand your issues, to understand the people who don't have connections, the people who don't have ways that they can think that they can find things. So I agree with Tina. You should be calling us, you should be coming to our office more often. We're happy to come out. I've always tried to come out to the immigrant community. We're doing a lot of work in Upper Darby with the various folks, and we're trying to make things work, because that's part of what government literally is for. And I'll tell you, one of my colleagues who's running for governor on the Republican side doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe that government's role is to try to level the playing field or to make it easier for people to be successful. He believes that the people who are in power are the ones that should have the brakes, and he wants you to worship, the same way he does, not the way you do. And and I know this because I sat next to him on the floor for a year on the Senate floor. So if there's one thing that I can tell you today, other than my thanks for having me come, is that the most important thing we can do is elect Josh Shapiro as the governor of Pennsylvania. And I know this from my personal experience again, because I sat next to Doug Mastriano for over a year on the floor, and it was tough. It was a difficult thing just to try to get inside that guy's head and understand what he was doing or why he was doing it, and it scared the hell out of me. Okay, so I obviously want to get elected. I know there's folks from Upper Darby here, and I'm looking for your support and your help in the election coming up, but that man, that's what we really need to do. That's what we need to do to save democracy in Pennsylvania. So thank you very much.
All right, let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you so much, Mr. Tim. Our next speaker is going to be Congresswoman Ms. Cameron. Thank you.
Thank you. So good to be out here with you. I'm Mary Gay Scanlon. I represent this community in Washington, D.C. in the U.S. Congress. So the district I represent is all of Delaware County, as well as Southwest Philadelphia, a little bit of South Philly, and a little bit of Montgomery County. So it's a pretty big area, but it's such an important area because we have so many jobs here. We have so many amazing residents who bring their experience and their culture and their drive. We're really just so happy to be with you here today to see people actively engaged in supporting government, in supporting good government. And it's the most important time playing in 100 years war, because we've seen what happens when men who want to cling to power don't care about democracy. And that's the hearings, the January 6th hearings we're seeing now. Your votes are so important. That's why the Republican Party is trying to keep you from voting. So we really appreciate you understanding the importance in election after election in this area, statewide and beyond. It comes down to a handful of votes. And we know that in this area of Pennsylvania, we have the opportunity this fall to elect a Democratic Senator, John Fetterman, and to elect an amazing governor, Josh Shapiro. It's been my honor to work with Josh for a long, long time. I hate to think how long, but we used to work at the same law firm. and at that law firm provided services to organizations, to immigrants who couldn't afford it, to a whole range of public interest causes. And Josh was very active in that arena even before he was elected to public office. We know he's going to be a brilliant governor, but on the other hand, we know that his opponent would be a disaster.
Oh, yes.
So we've got great reasons to vote for a smart, committed governor's candidate with Josh Shapiro, but there's a lot of reasons to vote against the other guy. So thank you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful speech.
Thank you. Another round of applause for our state senator again. Thank you, and thank you. So now we have, see, the people don't even want to allow me to call yet, but I will stay annoyed. So I want to recognize and call on the stage our state rep, Joanna McClinton. Please get a round of applause. Please get a round of applause. She's coming. And that's our state rep. Welcome and thank you.
Thank you. Can we thank Sadiq Kamara, a leader in our community? Let's give it up for him, for his uncle, our congresswoman, our next governor, our state senator, my colleagues in the House, our next LG, Representative Curry, Senator Curry's here. It is a blessing to be here today with our friends and our family, our extended community. It is awesome to serve Southwest Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
I was so grateful this morning to have just a couple minutes to spend with another children of immigrants who leads in our nation, Vice President Kamala Harris. And I said, so many of my neighbors are just like your parents, came to this country with goals for their families and their children. And these are things we can realize by working together. And certainly those of us who have been in Southwest for decades know we cannot achieve it by ourselves, but we're in this together. Can you say together? Together. That's right. That's right. We are in it together. And nothing is more important than 115 days from now. Set your alarms. Set your calendar. Set your clock. That we ensure that we have a champion in Harrisburg.
Yes.
We need someone who is going to fight for our communities, not take a vote and never come back, but someone who's already been a fixture in our community, someone that walks with me in Africa Town on a regular basis. But we've got to do the work. 115 days from now, let me hear you say together. Yes, we can do it together. We can elect Josh, and we can ensure that the person who is in the governor's mansion, the one who tells us lawmakers what the agenda will be, is going to care about all of our people. So I am excited to be here, and I know there's a long list, so I'm going to give the time back and just say thank you. It's a blessing to be here.
Thank you. Thank you again. A round of applause again. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, a quick information. The registration is going there. We know you cannot vote without registering. We got volunteers there who do the registration, so you can please do your registration. Okay. Now, I would like to call our strong senator. The argument is too much, but let me hold it there. And they call Senator Anthony Williams.
In a political event, we will not sit down and allow it be quiet. This is not a funeral home. Senator Williams, speak.
I don't know what to say now. So, young man has, let me say something to you all directly. Something you all already know. So about, I don't know, X number of months ago, I was in the middle of an election. And many people were sort of pretending like they were pretending like, well, time is over, he's not connected. And I met Tuesday, with Tuesday. And I saw what America needs to see. For some reason, people think that Africans are different than African Americans. That black folks ain't black folks. But what I told you all then is, trust me, if you get out of the car at 12 o'clock at night when a police officer stops you someplace in America, they don't care where you're from. They just care about the color of your skin, and you automatically start getting nervous.
Yes.
And our children will not grow up with that same feeling. And the only way we change that is to vote people. Vote for people. And so when I met with you all, there was this perspective that you are a lot of folks here, but you don't vote. I ran, and I want you to tell you something. In this section of the city, I had a good election, I had great numbers. But I want you to know, in your section of my district, we beat the other guy 3 times to 1. So I want you to know something. The man who's sitting back here, I want you to be very clear about what it means to vote for him. I'm not coming here to say vote for somebody just because they're a Democrat. I'm not saying come here to vote for somebody just because I know them and we're friends. I'm saying to you that on the line in America is about us. We built this country. Everywhere we've been involved. We provided victory for this country. For some odd reason, even though they deny it, we've created a whole space of entertainment in this country. Our women are brilliant, our men are brilliant, our children are brilliant, but for whatever reason, we're still fighting for those rights. Be very clear what's on the line in Pennsylvania. Not just the woman's reproductive rights, but your ability to vote is on the line. They're taking it to the Supreme Court of America as we speak. Understand what's on the line. That if you think you got a problem with immigration, trust me, if the other guy wins, be very clear, you have a problem with immigration. If you think that you have a concern about your child and your ability to flourish in this country, if you're not sitting here, and by the way, you know, I'm not big on this, I'm old school, you all know this. People say they endorse people, that's nice, that's a day, this is just a day, Josh, that's all. We gotta be door to door. We gotta be in the cracks and the crevices. They're gonna have 45% of the vote turn out. But if their 45% turns out and our 33% turns out, we lose. We cannot afford to go back into our neighborhoods and people say, oh, it doesn't matter. It does matter.
Oh, yes.
Voting matters. I want to hear y'all say that. Voting matters. Voting matters.
Voting matters.
Voting matters.
Voting matters.
Voting matters.
Voting matters.
Voting matters.
Voting matters.
And let me tell you something. Who we vote for is also important. Now, I'm not going to brag about Josh. That's easy. But I got a brother who's right back here also. He'll be the first African-American elected lieutenant governor in the state of Pennsylvania. His name is Austin Davis.
Come on.
Now I want you to come on up here, Austin. I want to say a few proud things about him. Now I want to say one kind of weak thing about him. He's from what they call Western Pennsylvania. So all of us here are Eagles fans. Don't lie. Don't lie. I know you're politics. Now I can take his eye. But other than that, he served in the General Assembly. He's been in a district that historically doesn't elect African Americans. He knows how to get things done with a General Assembly that's Republican controlled. He's worked his butt off to establish that he is a credible leader and will be leading those of us in the Senate of Pennsylvania. Austin Davis is past qualified to serve as a lieutenant governor, not just because he's black. So what I need you to do, I need you all to give him a real Liberian greeting. Stand on your feet to the next lieutenant governor, Austin Davis!
well to victory in November with Josh Shapiro.
Yes.
Austin. You in who? Come on, man. We have a who over. And in just in our political base. Okay? And our parents understand that. This is why we are here, especially our own. Oh, say. Oh, say. Speak. That's true. Speak to your people. Thank you. I'm so thrilled to be with you here today. And thrilled at the welcome that you all have given me, being somebody, as the senator said, from the western part of the state. But I could not be more thrilled to run for lieutenant governor this year, to be a strong governing partner for Josh, but a voice for working class families here in Pennsylvania, and a voice for black and brown communities all across this Commonwealth. Because how many of you know representation matters? When black and brown voices are at the table, black and brown communities are heard. And the reality is the next governor in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is going to decide whether we move forward or whether we go backwards. Whether we create a community that works for everyone or whether we continue to peddle in the politics of fear and division. I'm here to ask you, do you want to go forward? Do you want a community that works for everybody, a government that works for everyone? Well, that's exactly what you're going to get in a Shapiro-Davis administration. You're going to get an administration that works to end gun violence in our communities, to make sure everyone lives in a safe neighborhood. You're going to get an administration that works to make sure every child, regardless of their zip code, gets a quality education. I can tell you, I wouldn't be standing here today for public school education. And let's create a better Pennsylvania for everyone. God bless you.
I think we are better than that. Can you give a round of applause again? Thank you. But before we call our next speaker, we want to recognize some people in our midst. We want to recognize our faith imam, Mr. Jumande, Mohammed Jumande. He's such a tremendous person in our community. He's a leader, an imam, and a representation for all the young people. So thank you for coming, Mr. Jumande, and we do recognize your person. Thank you. So the next person I want to recognize, when I spoke to a friend from New York, I'm like, hey, we got an event in Pennsylvania. I have almost all the representations and all the Africans, especially Liberians and other people from other part of Africa. And this guy served as a chair for the African Advisory Council under the Brownsboro president office. And he couldn't sit there and decide to take his car and drive to Pennsylvania, Philadelphia to be part of this event. Mr. Charles Cooper. Thank you for coming. All right. So the reason we're here, I think this is the right time for all to be here. And I think all of the speaker has speak about one person. And that person is no one else. I would not just call his name, but I will add or adjective. This adjective is going to describe him probably 150 days from now or 200 days from now. It's our prospective governor of PA, Pennsylvania, Mr. Josh Shapiro. Welcome, thank you. Everybody stand up for this. Please stand and get a round of applause. That's why we're here today.
our incoming. That is clear. And you know why? Because we are so good at what we do, I am even going to look around and call on Bia Kamara. Bia, you get this, brother. Brother Bia, you get this. You can do it. Raise the background for our incoming.
Come on, Bien, come on, come on. Come on.
I must say I am honored and I am humbled to be with all of you today. And I need you to know just how much this means to me and to Austin Davis that you are here with us. I also want you to know that you are blessed to have leaders like those who are behind me here today who truly care about this community, who truly listen and work hard for you. Every one of these great folks up here. When I was walking in, can y'all hear me without this? Because this keeps going in and out. 1, 2. When I was walking in here, Madam President looked at me and she told me about how important you are. She told me about how critical the needs are in the African community. And she looked me in the eye and said, we're going to vote for you, but we want to know that you're going to be there for us. That's what she said. I am here to tell you that not only will I be there for you, I am here to tell you that you matter, and that I see you, and that I hear you. I see you and I hear you in part because everywhere I go across Pennsylvania, Sadiq is with me, literally. Sadiq is one of the top people we have working with us in the Office of Attorney General. You should be very proud of him. He's a special guy doing great work. And Sadiq and I talk. We go on long rides together. And I've learned about his history, his family's background. And in turn, I've learned about all of you. And I want you to know I'm running for governor, to be a governor for all Pennsylvanians. My name may be on the ballot, but it's your right, your future that is on the line. And I'm going to fight for you. Hear me on this, okay? This is important. Today, while I'm standing here with all of you, asking you to be part of our campaign, the person I'm running against is on a white supremacist website recruiting people to be part of his campaign. People who don't believe that I should live in this Commonwealth. People don't believe that you should be in this Commonwealth. People who don't believe that we count. People don't like me because of the God I worship. And who don't like you because of what you look like. What's on the ballot in this election is a choice, really, between good and evil. What's on the ballot is a decision about whether or not we are going to build on the rights that our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents fought for, and some died for, to make sure that we could gather here together, or whether we're going to let him take us backwards to a very dark place. To a very dark place.
No way.
I want you to know that I'm going to continue to travel all across Pennsylvania and see people for who they are, and love people no matter what they look like, or where they come from, or who they pray to, or who they love, because all Pennsylvanians matter and all deserve to be respected. Now is a moment where we have to rise up and push back against the forces of evil and do exactly what the senator said, and that is vote. Vote. Because we have the power to choose a future that includes all of us. Or, if we don't do our job, we have a future that's going to leave a whole bunch of folks behind. Now is the moment where we are called upon to step up, to defend our democracy, to protect our freedoms, to protect our right to vote, and it's all on the line. I'm here today with all of you because you matter, because you're important, because I'm, and I will always be there for you. Thank you all so very much. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're not leaving the stage yet. You still got it, Mike. And we want to say thank you. There's Siddiqui. When I spoke to him, he said you could me and just go back. You know, we have to introduce to the African attire and how we do it. And going to thank you.
Sir, from our community, this is a gift to you. We always rock this. We believe in you. I trust you. Thank you for all the hard work. And I just want to mention something. This guy is one of the greatest men I actually met. When something happened to me and my family a couple months last year, he took the time to call me and give his condolence, and that showed his character. So today, as my voice, you see everybody right here, this is just a small amount. We're here in numbers. We're here to support you, man. And this is a gift from you. Come on, who wants to give it to him? Oh, there we go.
Oh, y'all gotta move, man.
Yeah, wait, she will do it. She will make sure you wear it. That's all right. Okay. Very good. That's the community on you right there. That's the immigrant community on you right there. And you got
Nice, Dr. Monica Tate. And everybody just recognize her. She's in Delaware County Council. She's been great to the immigrant community as well. And all the elected officials that came here today, thank you guys. We truly appreciate it. Let's make sure he becomes the next governor of Pennsylvania. That's just early now.
So, Mr. Jessup, thank you. We recognize you. I told you something earlier. We got your back. And we'll always get your back. Thank you. And everybody, our prospective governor of Pennsylvania, Mr. Josh Shapiro. Thank you for coming. Thank you. So, I want to recognize one of the key members in our community and give him just a minute and just talk very quick. And I think it's very important. So, Uncle Jumande, our chief imam, please come and give 1 or 2 words to our community.
Thank you. Now, after the photo, Siddiqui, after the photo, then we can, talk, then you can do the photo.
Well, firstly, I take this time to join all the earlier speakers. We've been invited here to pray. We've been here. There are different types of leaders. There are leaders who are competent, but they're not capable. And there are those who are capable, they're not reliable. Now, speaking of Josh Shapiro, he has a faith-based tax force. I'm also a member of that. From my estimation, he believes in moral, which we stand for. And the kind of leadership that could be genuine and beneficial to all require you must be competent, capable, and reliable. So it is our ardent hope and prayer that with all of the vote, you become the next governor of Pennsylvania. And we hold you to your moral, which you have no doubt. And we know being governor is not your limit. Being governor is not, let me hear you. Being governor is not your limit. So God continue. You have our blessing and you have a prayer. And again, to all of our dear friends that have come to grace this occasion, we are humbled to be here. And we leave you in prayer. May Allah bless you, bless the United States, and bless our community, and bless all of us. Thank you. Thank you. Now, we'll start the pictures and conclude the program, and we will have time for a photo. Please, no pictures right now until we are done, and we'll have time for pictures. Please, everyone. Please, everyone. And want to make sure that everybody are being treated equal, and that is what we're here for. So thank you for being here. So the place is open. You can walk to the direct elected official and ask questions or take pictures. Thank you.